Democrat Doug Jones scores an upset win in a deeply Republican state, driving a wedge within the Republican Party. But will this development endanger the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act? The House and Senate Reconciliation Committees today work out differences in the two bills. They could release those changes tomorrow. Will they get it done in time for President Trump to sign it into law by December 22nd, before an Alabama Democrat takes office in the Senate? The Fed just raised short-term interest rates, but didn't we all know they would? And the U.S. markets continue looking strong as the tech sector reverses? Caution! What's in your portfolio? Here's what's moving the markets and your money. I'm Charles Brown. It's Wednesday, December 13th, and this is CB3 on 3. CB3 on 3 covers current social and political, news and fundamentals, and technical analysis influences on market behavior and thus your money. Together, these influences determine the movements in all the portfolios we manage. Here's what we're seeing this week. In social and political events, the Republicans' 52 to 48 seat control of the Senate now drops to a razor-thin 51 to 49 margin in just a few days after Trump-backed candidate Roy Moore was defeated in the deep South state of Alabama. Yet today, the market has not negatively reacted at all. In fact, the Dow trades at new lifetime highs for the 65th time this year as I record this segment. Apparently, the market's run-up is not keyed in on politics, but is focused on the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act negotiation process and the expected Fed announcement of a quarter-point hike in the discount rate. Here's my take on the social and political implications for our investments. Rule number 1, never ignore stock markets themselves when investigating political influences on stock market movements. CB3 on 3 is an economic commentary, not a political commentary. That said, last night the Republicans lost a Senate seat in the deep South state of Alabama, and the markets don't care, at least for now. But if this event changes the political landscape and begins to favor a strong Democrat challenge in the 2018 midterm elections, that could well mean a rough road ahead for the stock market and all our portfolios. Hey, 2018 candidates, I hope you're listening. The deep state is gunning for you. In news and fundamentals events, the Fed increased the discount rate by a quarter point in probably the most expected rate increase in years. There's been no effect whatsoever on today's market as interest rates remain below their long-term norms. The news of the day is the Senate and House Reconciliation Committee members meeting with President Trump. After that meeting, President Trump is now speaking as I record this segment, highlighting the reduced number of tax brackets and lower tax rates for most all Americans in 2018. I expect an approved, reconciled bill to be released this week to both houses, which would then vote on the final bill next week prior to Christmas Eve. Here's my take on the fundamentals for our investments. Maintaining a growing economy is essential to investment success in 2018. That is why I'm so closely following the Tax Reform Act developments. I expect we'll know the future of that bill during next week's program. The bill should indeed stimulate the U.S. economy in 2018 and benefit the clear majority of Americans on their tax returns and in their investment accounts. In technical analysis, the U.S. markets versus the ex-world markets relative rotation graph, or RRG, the Dow, the S&P, and the Russell small cap stocks continue to strengthen. This week, the NASDAQ 100, the index representing the largest technology stocks, has now reversed from last week's chart and is now headed back towards the leading quadrant, which is a very welcome sign. We at CB3 and our clients have considerable investments in technology. If this pattern holds, it bodes well for the stock market finishing strong in 2017. And that's CB3 on 3 for Wednesday, December 13th. What's in your portfolio? If you don't know, you should. If you want to know, we can help. I'm Charles Brown, and at CB3 Financial Group, we don't just manage your assets, we become one of them.